always felt like I missed my calling in life. I was born a generation too late. I mean, my grandfather was a sharecropper. I felt like I should be a farmer, and this is kind of nouveau farming for me, and I really like wine, and it's been a hobby, and then, the opportunity came to turn my hobby into my profession. The company I worked for sold 4 companies I managed. Ultimately, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a seat on the bench with that company any longer, and kind of vetted this crazy idea, and she said yes, and here we are 8 years later. I'm Tracy Higginbotham, and I call myself the proprietor. I am the winemaker. I am the executive of Buckeye Lake Winery. I probably have the 20,000 foot vision.
Where are we starting, right there?
Yep.
This is my boss. She's the executive.
Laura Higginbotham. I am co-owner, and at this point I just like to support our staff in any way I can, take care of the kids, work, drink wine. I'm the wine drinker. I'm not the winemaker.
Ring of fire.
Always the highlight for me every year is to go to Northern California and harvest our grapes. Renew those friendships that we fostered for 9 harvest seasons. That's for me the highlight, the pinnacle. That is my love. I love making the wine. I love walking the grape fields and harvesting the grapes and making something really, really special out of something that Mother Nature gives you. The difference of quality wine is the quality of fruit that goes into it. So there's about 10 core farmers that we buy from, and these 10 farmers have been pretty consistent through the 9 years of harvest so far.
Tracy, yeah, he's a piece of work, man. James Lane Montgomery, Layne, spell it right. Started making wine as a hobby in '99. 18 years commercially making wine, and I'm starting to think I'm getting the hang of it.
Hi, my name is Mike Clauda. I am a grower and winemaker, originally from Ohio, born and raised, and I've been out in the Lodi area for about 12 years. Yeah, I met Tracy 3-4 years ago now. My parents actually stopped by his tasting room. They're very chatty people, so of course I met Tracy, who's also a very chatty person, and they hit it off, and then they told me, hey, you should talk to this guy. He goes out to California quite a bit for grapes. Maybe you guys can work something out. And Tracy came out. We had dinner together, a couple drinks, shook hands, and then we made a deal where I kind of help him source some of this fruit here in Lodi and throughout California, actually, and make some of the wine for him.
Mike Clauda introduced me to Tracy, and he's like, hey, I know this dude in Ohio. He wants you to make some wine for him. He thinks you know what you're doing, I guess. And so we can ferment under his direction and his ideas, and I can make wine on our premises and then transfer it to him, which he can then take and bottle under his brand.
We talk through them throughout the year. We get harvest reports. They know pretty much within a week or two when the grapes are going to be ready for harvest. We make sure that we're out in California. We coordinate the migrant workers. We coordinate the trucking companies. Once the fruit's picked, it takes it to the crush facility. We go to the crush facility. We crush the grapes, turn it into juice. Take the leaves out, take the vines out, and then we inoculate with yeast. We ferment in California. We aggregate at a cold storage facility all of our wine until everything's done. and then we coordinate the trucking back to Ohio. It's really, farm to table product that we're making, and I call it a bi-coastal strategy, where I'm sourcing a majority of the grapes and making a Napa Dry red, Napa Dry white style wines out in California. And then I'm also making a sweeter Ohio varietal that I'm sourcing, grapes from Northeast Ohio. The community aspect grew beyond our wildest expectations. Not one visit will be the same at the winery. We pride ourselves in our entertainment that we invest in. We have high quality entertainment. The sunsets are always different. The lake is always changing. The crowds are always changing. You get a surprise bridal shower that comes in, or a surprise fun bus that comes in that you're not expecting or something. So it's variety. You won't get the same experience every single time, but there will be consistencies of quality and food and service that will be there.
I'm done for the night. Thank you, Buckeye Lake Winery.
Day one, I can remember July 3rd, we opened. We weren't ready to open, and we were packed. And the people that came that first day still come to this day. We have a community here that will support you through thick and thin. We have some wonderful, wonderful friends in this community and support us year after year.
Buckeye Lake is a great community. It's an inclusive community. It's a loving community. I think there's a lot of goodwill that happens out here, and I think that's going to continue. It's a great place to be. At first, it was predominantly me being supported by my family. As the business has evolved and as the family has aged, the boys are having more and more parts to do with the winery, and so is Laura, as she's looking at, what do I want to do when I'm not, working in corporate America anymore.
Today, Clay just graduated college. I think he's interested in taking a more active role at the winery, especially winemaking and managing the facility. Colin is still in college. He says he has some interest in it, but Addie's just 12, so
Addie's going to be president.
She'll probably take over at some point. But so we're hopeful. Just take year by year and just see how things go.
But it's up to them. We built it, and it's up to them what their interests are, and if they want to, great. If they don't, we support them in whatever they want to do. We don't have investors. She's my boss, and I manage the place. But we keep evolving. We keep reinvesting in the company. We keep building. We keep growing. We have visions of cabins at some point in time. We've got 16.5 acres of land on the lake with 34 boat docks, and we've got room to expand. And we'll keep doing that as we continue to grow.